AITA for not inviting any of my siblings to my wedding. I am not Oop. Oop is you, Motor by 370. Originally posted to r, am I the asshole in her own profile. AITA for not inviting any of my siblings to my wedding. Trigger warnings. Death of a parent. Child neglect. Less than. Mood spoilers. New beginnings for Oop. Less than. An NBSP. Original post September 7, 2023. So I am 23F. Getting married in a few months. And I have few significantly older siblings 34F 36 meters 38 meters 38 meters. All of them are now married, and since I was a teen when they got married and they had a child-free wedding. I was not invited to any of their weddings. My oldest sibling first had a child-free wedding and then the others decided to follow. When my oldest brother got married I was 10. So sure, I kind of getting not inviting me. But I was still extremely upset. My oldest brother got married to a woman I really love and I can't even witness it? The other brother got married when I was 12. So again, sure, get not inviting a 12-year-old. But I was very well-behaved child and again his sibling. My sister got married when I was 15. At first she didn't want a child-free wedding. But all of the family members convinced her because, OMG, it's so refreshing to be in a wedding where children don't bring havoc, so she decided for a cut-off to be 16. And when I asked, can I be a one exception since I'm 15 and your sister? She said no with a very serious tone, if we make an exception for you. What about other children? It's not fair. I got upset and screamed that what is not fair is not participating in any of my siblings' weddings. My parents got upset with me and grounded. And lastly, my brother got married when I was 17. At that point I didn't care. I knew there was going to be child-free wedding. And that once again I'm not invited. I didn't ask, beg. My step-cousin who just turned 18 just made the cut and I didn't. Well, as I said, I didn't care. Sent a quick, congrats, and that's it. My parents got furious on why I didn't even congratulated them. I just ignored them and spent all the time in my room with my now soon-to-be husband. Since I'm getting married, I decided none of them are going to be there. Since I wasn't allowed to be there too. When they didn't get the invitations, they all came to my house and demanded to know why didn't they get one. I simply explained, you didn't want me in your wedding, I don't want you in my. I explained how hurt I was that I was not able to see any of my siblings get married and they should experience the same. They said that the weddings had alcohol, so they didn't want any young impressionable kids there. And I said all I wanted was to be included in the wedding part. I didn't care about the after party. Mom then started screaming again about how unfair I am and how she wants all of her kids to be together on that beautiful day. Ironic. But I am not backing down. I firmly believe in not inviting them. AITA? An NBSP. Verdict. Not the asshole. An NBSP. Update September 17, 2023. 10 days later. They didn't approve the update, so I will post it here. Hope someone sees it. We talked the day after I made the post. I said that the only way I'm going to invite them if they explain absolutely everything. Otherwise, no invitation. After some weird looks and silence, the truth came out. I am their cousin. My father's brother was raising me alone and died, so I was raised by my uncle. They do not know who my mother is. I was young, required a lot of attention, wasn't their sibling, so they kind of distanced themselves from me. My brother said that even hated me sometimes. My parents sat there ashamed for never telling me. My cousin just looked awkward. I just left. We eloped. So after all the drama, we talked and realized we were doing the whole wedding thing because we thought the other wanted it. We were not against the idea of flashy wedding, but calm day with just closest people was closest to our hearts. So we did that. Just us and some of our friends. We are keeping the money for our dream country to visit. My parents had the audacity to get angry that there was no celebration, but I don't care, to be honest. It was a day for us. That's it. I hope the update was not disappointing. Special thanks for everyone writing me messages telling us that we were too immature to get married. An NBSP reminder: I am not the original poster. I am their cousin. Great. That makes their actions totally okay now. They didn't want you at their wedding but demand to be in yours. That's still messed up. And the parents, were they just going to never tell up? They're still assholes. Now the parents are just bigger assholes than before. So mom wanted them to be all together for OOP's wedding, but didn't try to get OOP to be able to attend any of the siblings' wedding. And then the bombshell that she's actually a cousin and no one told her. And that still doesn't make it right. I think going for the elopement with their close friends and no family was the perfect answer to how the family treated them over the years. Especially the parents. OOP didn't say anything about how she was treated by the parents, but you get the feeling she wasn't loved as much as the other kids. My heart breaks for OOP. It hurts so much to realize that the people you see as family only saw you as a burden. But also, just so much rage at the audacity to demand family privileges when it suits them. I wish OOP all the best in building the family she never had. So, let me get this straight. They basically adopt OP but don't tell her she's not biochild. Then essentially proceed to treat her as not biochild. And then are surprise Pikachu when she returns the favor? So they didn't invite OOP to their wedding because OOP wasn't their blood sibling and they wanted distance. But instead of being relieved OOP didn't try to get them to OOP's wedding. They get mad they aren't invited? Adoptive parents, sibling cousins. Why you elope? Why you no invite us? OOP. Now you know what it feels like to not be invited to anything. I'm feeling petty for OOP. That is quite a twist to the story. May OOP and her husband live their best lives together while they build their own family. OOP deserves better. Poor OOP. Not only did her family keep the truth from her, but also her parents still complained about a lack of a big wedding from her and her now husband. She is still the family's scapegoat. At least now, OOP has some explanation and some answers to her treatment within her family. Wow, OOP's family sucks. They lied to her for her entire life. And then wonder why she won't invite them to her wedding. Also the rules for thee but not for me mixed in we're family. This is the most entitled bastards I ever read. And genuinely sad that OOP was hated for not being their sibling despite being family by blood. Screw them, they don't even deserve to share the same gene pool as OP. As the child who was not wanted, my mom tells that story all the time. In front of me. It does make a difference. No matter how subtle people think they are, the treatment gets through to you, and as a child the confusion is immense. It makes me so happy that they eloped rather than dealing with the family drama that was going to come with planning a wedding. Fuck this family. Glad OOP did the marriage of her dreams and that her parents. How can you call yourself parents when you let your older people act like that? We're mad. Stay mad. I thought it weird that the siblings' cousins kept upping the minimum age of attendance so OOP was just outside the minimum. Now I understand why. And their parents, aunt and uncle, are absolute assholes for expecting OOP to invite them when they didn't. To the same for her. And they punished her for being upset about being shut out. How about the parents go back to being aunt and uncle? Congratulations, and a very mature decision. You will now have a magical memory going forward, not overshadowed by family drama. What in the soap opera? The thing that's so frustrating about this is that for 17 years she was a part of their family and they treated her like a stranger. Yay. The oldest cousin had only a few years before adult responsibilities and college and stuff happened. But still she was there. In their family, they were so resentful of her existence they didn't even try to consider her important. And her aunt and uncle are complete dickheads to see this kind of treatment and not shut it down. I'm trying to become a foster parent. There's so much paperwork. I have so much work to do before. And even though the foster kids won't be officially part of my family, I'm going to treat them like they're a part of my family, even if they're there only for a couple weeks. Called it. I guarantee if she went through their wedding albums and videos, she would find kids in them. Good on her not inviting any of them. I guess my question is, are your parents lying about not knowing your bio mother?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.